Howdy, Pasa Patty here, and it is Slow Stitch Sunday, so come on along. I know I've been working on my 3-panel story here about going out to the country to go camping. And I have 2 more panels to do, but this is Easter week, and this week I am focusing on the Easter season. And I was just going through my Easter pile of stuff to do my Easter journaling in my little golden book. And I came across this applique, Precious Moments, and she's holding a little baby lamb, and that really reminds me of the Easter season. So I'm wondering if I can do just a fun little page for Easter. Cats are banging on the door. One was in, one went out, one came in, the other one came in, the other one went out. Because that's how they are. Okay, it's on here with some glue. Is this a glue-on applique? Tack edge. Oh, set iron on medium set iron. Well, I'm probably not going to iron it on, but it's got like all this gluey stuff on the back. But that'll be okay. I'm not going to iron it on. Okay, that's Precious for Easter. And let's see. I can put some nice lace on this page. The thing is stuck to my finger, won't come off. All right, let me get some pretty something to layer up this page with. Okay, this is going to go something like this. I'm going to put this sheer eyelet, I bought this at the flea market last week, on top of the pink hearts. Nice and sheer so you can see through. I'm going to sew down my Precious Moments little lamb. I think I want to put some white lace on the edge because these pink pages for some reason are a little short. Give me a little more room here. So if I sew that down first and then sew this down. And then I also got this at a yard sale or flea market somewhere. It's called Rose Garden Garland of Roses. Rose Garden Garland of Roses. And I thought that would be pretty if I tack some of that down. I know I do strange slow stitch books, but that's okay. You can get 3 roses on there. And I've got some thread that is sort of the color of that green. And I was thinking of doing some, I don't know, maybe cross stitches to put the ribbon down. And then to put this down, she's got a lavender dress. I'm thinking maybe I'll do crosses in the background. Lavender crosses, because this is for Easter. And a little lace and a little bit of roses. And that'll be my Easter slow stitch page. So the first thing I have to do is to put this down, and I need to pin it and fill it with lavender crosses. Okay, how do I go about this? Well, I guess I just start somewhere and do some random crosses. When I was a kid, I always loved Easter because we got new dresses and new shoes. And back in the day, we actually wore hats to church and white gloves. And we had little white pocketbooks. Doesn't matter what the back looks like, but try to keep it a little bit under control. Okay, one cross down. Trying to make the straight up and down one a little bigger. They're not going to come out straight, I know it. And the cross one's a little smaller so that they actually look like crosses. Like that. I might have to go around the edge of the material with something too. Maybe a darker lavender, darker purple. These are all going to be on an angle, I know it. Because this is just freestyle. I'm not going to draw a bunch of crosses and try to get them exactly right. I got to turn the book a little bit, I think. Need to move all that stuff. I keep catching it. We were so happy with so little back in those days. Kids today, they get so much, and I don't even think they're as happy with what they get as what we used to get. They get so much these days. You know, we got a chocolate bunny, we got a couple of jelly beans. If we were lucky, we got a marshmallow chick. And that was it, that's what we got. That is what we got. Oops. Hands are rough. My mother was never good at hiding baskets. They were always like behind the couch or something. Alright, I gotta straighten this thread out. I'll probably just go ahead and make some more crosses and think about if I want to do something around the edge. Or do I want to plop her just in the middle, or do I want to put a border across the bottom? Okay, what I've done is put these light lavender color crosses. Some are pretty wonky, but that's okay, just some background texture. And I added that little bit of lace, and I just kind of used that, I don't know what you call that, whip, whip, whip stitch or something along the edge. So this is sort of like the foundation for the page. And now I think I'm going to add these roses. You know what? Before I add those roses, I was thinking about putting a chain stitch around the edge and then putting the roses somewhere, this side or that side. I could put them on this side, couldn't I? I could put them on both sides, but that might be too much. I might not need all of that. Oh, I could make a trellis all around her, just like a trellis, like a rose trellis. Now that might be pretty. I should zoom in a little bit, right? Here we go. Coming in. That might be pretty. Okay. I might do that. But now do I want to chain stitch all around the edge if I have this on there? I think I do. Now should I do this in pink? Let's see, I'm going to sew this on with green. I have this dark pink. I use the lighter pink there and the lavender there. Now I can go with a little bit darker purple. I don't know how that's going to look with these pink roses though. Go with the variegated. I could go with pink. Go with the variegated pink. This is a weird pink to match. Not that anything has to match. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use this variegated. This is a single color ombre, dark to light. All right, I'm going to thread my needle. Okay, do I remember how to do the chain stitch? Which I did somewhere. Where did I do the chain stitch? Oh, right there. Okay, get the roses out of the way. We'll work on that later. And let's see. Okay, I'm going to go up. Make sure I have one single layer. Go in. Okay, now you come back to almost where you started. But you come up a little ways away. And pull. Oops. Okay, and then you just stick it in. Got stuck on that back fabric there. You hear the banging at the door? Do you hear that banging at the door? You know who that is. That was Miss Stinky Winky Woos. That's what my mother calls her. Okay. I have to turn. Let's see, am I still in camera if I turn? Yeah. So I can get the needle on the right side here. Okay, it's not terribly straight, but I did get better towards the end. Whoops, focus. There we go. It's not terribly straight, but I did get better towards the end. So I'm just going to go around like that with the chain stitch. Okay, I've got my pink chain stitching going around. This was funny, I ran out of thread there, and I already had another piece of cut, and it was darker. Not quite as dark as that side though. Very wonky, but that's good. You want wonky, because this is all about relaxing and not worrying about measuring and marking and perfect stitches. Just having fun and relaxing. So I'm going to put the roses right next to the chain stitch. Like this is my rose trellis here. And then my little precious moments will go right in the center there. And then what else? I don't know. Maybe I'll put some grass at the bottom. So I think I'm going to sew these on first. And I was going to do this with green cross stitching. And I had a thread picked out. I don't remember what it was now. It wasn't that one. I think it was this one. A nice leafy green. I was talking about washing the dishes. I don't really wash the dishes. I rinse them and put them in the dishwasher. But I do wash the pots and pans. I don't put them in the dishwasher usually. My pots have a copper bottom, and supposedly you're not supposed to put those in the dishwasher. So then I usually just run the dishwasher every other day, unless we have company and it fills up. So we took a survey among the sisters, because one sister couldn't believe that we actually rinse the dishes when we put them in the dishwasher. Now, because I'm only going to wash every other day, I know this is not a crafty conversation, is it? No. I rinse them off, you know, especially like you have a bowl with oatmeal in it or something. I don't like the food sitting in the dishwasher until I'm going to, you know, run it. Okay, let me see if I'm in frame. It's hard to tell when I zoom in here. And yeah, so the one sister couldn't believe that we actually rinsed our dishes before we put them in the dishwasher. But I think three sisters rinsed and one sister didn't. Now these are not going to be perfect crosses. I mean X's, X stitch. But I think I will put a straight stitch in by the rose to hold it there. Another straight stitch, just a little one. And then a cross stitch. I'm not very good at cross stitches. I gotta spread it out a little bit more, I think. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, I gotta go up higher. Oh, this one will be better. And down lower. And up higher. I don't know, for some strange reason, the stitches always come out smaller than what I imagine them to be. Okay, so that's a better one than that one. That one doesn't look much like a cross at all. Okay, I'm going to make another X and then sew the rows down and then keep going. Try and stay in frame here. All right, let me try to make a better X. A better X. All right, come higher, go lower. I think that's too low. I might start this over again. Did I do a do-over? Yes, I did a do-over. And I don't care if the X's are wonky. I just want them to be X's and they didn't look anything at all like an X. So now I am going to just continue on stitching next to the roses and putting a couple of X's. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I have to come around the corner and then go back down the other side. So I'll just finish this up and then I'll come back. Unless you want to hear more about me washing the dishes. Well, I think that came out very pretty. It's not really what I planned. Nothing comes out like I planned it, right? I was going to put a single row of roses and a little chain stitch around the edge, and it turned into a trellis. Okay, now I have to stitch this down right there. And how do you do that? Just go around the edge. Should I use white? Because the edge is white. Okay, I did most of this off camera because it's pretty much a bloody battle. I can go in like this. And I'm just putting a few big stitches around this. I'm not doing any fine sewing here, but when I come back out, I have to go through that thick material there, and I'm using my pliers to pull it through. That one wasn't too bad. I poked myself a couple of times. I'm not very good at sewing patches. And I think this goes back to way back in time, the Wayback Machine. My ex in the Air Force, we were stationed in California, and he was very bad at saluting protocol. He never saluted when he was supposed to, and he kept getting busted. And they take away a stripe, and then his supervisor would put in a recommendation to get his stripe back, and then he'd lose it again, and then he'd get it back again. So we went from 1 stripe to 2 stripes to no stripes to 2 stripes to 3 stripes to 2 stripes down to 1 stripe, back to 2 stripes, and every time I had to sew those stripes. Take off the old one, put on the new one. Take off the old one, put on the new one. Take off the old one, put on the new one. Mamma mia. Constantly, constantly. Okay, now I think I only have one more thing to do, maybe. Do I have a stitch there? Yeah. I know that's upside down, but it's looking pretty. Flip it around. There you go. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm loving it. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. Okay, now I got to think about if I want to do a little bit of green for some grass or something at the bottom. And then this may be done. All right, I'm going to tie this off. You know what? Since she's so close to the bottom, I think she's fine the way she is. I don't really think I need any more stitches on there. I got a lot of stitches around here, chain stitches and X's. Got crosses in the background. I got pink stitches along the side. I just put her on there with a couple of white stitches. But I think that's it. I think I like it just the way it is. So thanks for coming along for this Easter week slow stitch page called Precious Lamb. And I want to wish everybody happy slow stitching. Bye-bye.